Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Canuck. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to BedLife for Friday, September 24th, 2021, hashtag TBIF, hashtag National Punctuation Day. Yes, yay for National Punctuation Day, the day we celebrate the punctuation that makes speech possible. Imagine how difficult it would be to read documents without punctuation. It wouldn't be impossible, but it would be difficult. And it would leave a lot of interpretation. Okay, a period here, a comma there, it makes all the difference. I'm sure you guys were being served up the video a few months back about how a comma cost some company $500,000 or something because they forgot to put a comma or neglected to put a comma in an and or statement. And so they got charged for back pay for a whole bunch of workers when they were never intending to pay them for both. It was an either or, but they didn't put in the comma. And so business law being what it is, the duty to be precise falls on the person writing the contract. So if you wrote the contract and you were not precise, you are the one who automatically loses in that case. And that's why you always want to put in what's called the Oxford comma. And that's always the comma if you have like, Bob and Jill, Bob, Jill, Bob, comma, Jill, comma, John, comma, Jack, comma, Ann, comma, and Ryan. You want to put that last comma. Otherwise, you don't know if things mean each person individual or if Ann and Ryan are meant as a couple. So you always want to put in that comma, or that is the Oxford comma. You'd want to get used to using it. Even though the Elements of Style, the good book on what's technically required for Proficient Writing says it's optional if you're doing technical or legal work. It is most certainly not optional. Not to mention the exclamation point. Where would we be without the exclamation point? You wouldn't know just how excited I was without the exclamation point. Or my favorite of all punctuation, the ellipse, the 3 dots. I end far more sentences in ellipses than 99% of people. And I'm aware of it too. And I know that that alone betrays my writing. So if I am pretending to write as somebody else, not that I would ever do so, but in those cases where I might pretend to write as somebody else, I make sure to not use ellipses unless it's absolutely positively called for. And even then, maybe only once. Because most people write a whole document and never use an ellipse. I use an ellipse 4 times a paragraph. Oh, I'm aware of these things. And then, I mean, one of my favorite, what were those? What's that called? When somebody, like an actor, gives a speech, damn it, what's it called? It starts with an M. A monologue. One of my favorite monologues of all time of Dr. Evil, talking about his father, about how he would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark. Where would we be without the genius that the genius possess and the insane lament? Yes, the question mark monologue of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. So hats off, or semicolons off, to National Punctuation Day. With that, first up in the chat was not Ryan Johnson, who says, hello in Qapla, hail Karoga, exclamation point, exclamation point. Absolutely. Actually, 4 exclamation points. There was 2 after hello in Qapla. Absolutely, at Ryan Johnson. That is a solid amount of exclamation. Super Blubberpuss says, hello guys, I'm working, but I hope I can make it for the stream. I already hit like. Thank you so much, Super Blubberpuss. Richie Poole says, Qapla, Qapla, Richie Poole. And in true Klingon fashion, Qapla ends with a apostrophe. Yitza Lemons, using musical notes as I don't know, as something. That's your cell phone, Mama Pray. Your old cell phone. Yitza Lemon says, and listen up when I tell you this. I hope you never use quotation marks for emphasis. I guess it's supposed to be a song. If it is, Yitza, I've never heard that song. Hector Assented says, hooray, or hurrah, for accents and punctuation. Nobody mentioned accents, Hector. This is strictly for punctuation. Hector says, sacre bleu, I forgot the period. I blame the internet. It's okay. It's okay. Dan Ben puts, is he cursing? He puts in a lot of exclamation, a lot of punctuation marks. Dan Ben, Darth Maul says, son of a bitch. It's National Punctuation Day, but he uses punctuation to not spell bitch. Indeed it is. Not Ryan Johnson says, Russell T. Davies is returning as showrunner of Doctor Who, question mark. Chris Pratt, the voice of Mario in Super Mario animated movie, Yes, I did hear about Russell T Davies returning, of course, not being a Whovian. I have no idea who the fuck he is, but Doomcock seemed excited. Not Ryan Johnson says Steve Durko's estimated filed at what? Who? Steve Durko estate filed a termination notice on Spider-Man. If successful, Marvel would lose its rights to Spider-Man in June 2023. Question mark, question mark. And he's like, what the F is going on today? Question mark, question mark. It's just one of those days, not Ryan Johnson. John Araki says, Qapla, John. Hashtag free Gina. Hashtag cancel Baxter. Actually, we are now in a HillRom bed, and aside from a slight hiss whine of a pump, it is doing well. It's taking some getting used to, I'm going to be honest. I think this new bed allows me to sit up more than the old bed used to. So it's taking some getting used to sitting up at a higher angle, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but it's tiring. It's tiring. I got to get used to it. Not Ryan Johnson says, I blame Kuroga for all this. And he also hashtag blame Project Prometheus. And not Ryan Johnson puts in a sassy greater than Bird of Prey 5 emoji. I would go with that. Sassy. I understand. She's certainly cuter. Certainly cuter. Richie Poole puts in a whole bunch of punctuation. Actor says proposal for Bird to coach Chris Pratt and how to pronounce Mario. Oh, I'll totally teach him how to pronounce Mario. Richie Poole says, Dear Sop, Dear Mop, Dear Nop. No, well, okay then, Dear Bop. Yeah, no, Charlie's got a cold, so not gonna see him possibly at all this weekend. Maybe Sunday, if he's feeling better. But we spoke to Ciso Prey and Charlie today. Charlie's saying hi. He's saying hi all the time. It's very cute. He picks up the phone and says, hi. And by phone, I mean camera phone, because we live in the future now. So it's all camera phones. He's like, hi. It's very cute. Yes, he smiles. He gives a big smile. Well, when he sees me, well, I'm sure when he sees you too. When he sees Mr. Groundhog, he smiles at and sassy. Yes. Professor Brainy Specs says Bird of Prey is late again. I actually was later than I expected. Just as I went to start, my OBS studio froze. I had to restart the software. And of course, it lost the changes I made, so I had to redo them real quick. So it got maybe a 5-minute later start than I was intending. Not Ryan Johnson says, of course he is. Professor Brainy Specs says hello to Not Ryan Johnson. John DeMarco says, greetings, everyone. Greetings, John. Professor says hello to John. Better late than never. Yes, Richie Poole, better late than never. John DeMarco says hello to Professor. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. John Meyer says, behold, and puts in some punctuation. John Meyer says, is Bird punctual on Punctuation Day? That's a whole different type of punctual. Punctual and punctuation have nothing in common except the first few letters. Professor Brainy Specs, of course not. Bird late 5 is late as always, or unpunctual, says Hector. Darth Maul says happy International Grammar Yahtzee Day. Not Ryan Johnson says Professor Brainy Specs, and hello to you, good sir. Professor Brainy Specs says, where are the anti-proton beams when you need them? Mike Richards, his reading is fundamental. John DeMarco says ellipses are very useful. ... Richie Poole is so excited. Lots of exclamation points. Monologue. Thank you, John DeMarco. Not monorail, which is what I was thinking, but knew it was wrong. Dan Ben says, Bird of Prey, what did you think of the Orville teaser? Dan, I thought it was too little, too light. Honestly, I was insulted by the Orville trailer, and I wish they didn't even put it out. It was a waste of time. Why would you waste your time putting out a trailer with no footage? Okay, you got a snapshot of a new bridge and some voiceover work. Literally not a single frame of new footage from any episode. We should have had more. I mean, and not to mention that, the fact that the date isn't until March. I'm happy we have a date, but Jesus Christ, March 10th, 2022, that's still 6 fucking months away, right? I mean, what are we at? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We're, okay, just under 6 fucking months away. So 5.5 months away. That's too long. It's too long. They finished filming well over 2 weeks ago. They shouldn't need 6 more months, especially with half the season we were told was done before the pandemic. This is taking too fucking long. I love the Orville, but okay, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to take another win. The Orville was canceled, and I was absolutely right. Because what is coming on March 10th, 2022? Is it the Orville? No, it's not the Orville. It's the Orville New Horizons. What the fuck does that even mean? The Orville New Horizons. Why are they changing the name of the show? I'm telling you, because the Orville was canceled. I called it, and nobody wants to give me my credit, but God damn it, I'm taking credit where credit is due. The Orville died on that day when season 2 ended, and they never got a contract extension, and it's gone. It's dead. It's not coming back. What's coming back is the Orville New Horizons on a different channel. Not even on television, on a streaming service. Okay? So I don't know what the deal is, but there's got to be some legal ramification for why it's not called the Orville anymore and why it's called the Orville New Horizons. Plus, we have a what looks like a completely different bridge. So, is this a new ship, a different timeline? It's possible that the timeline we knew for the first 2 seasons no longer exists. It's possible that, in the 2+ years, the 3 years it's going to be that they were off screen, that they decided, in the battle with the Kalons, that I was going to say the Kazon, but Jesus Christ, the Kazon, those losers from Voyager. The Kalon, that the Orville gets a new top of the line battle heavy cruiser or something. Which would all be good. Don't get me wrong, it would be good, but they're all different shows than what we grew up. I would say grew up on, than what we got used to. We got used to a the Orville was supposed to be a non-important ship of extras who are just doing the boring stuff that we don't rarely get to see done in Star Trek. It was really the Lower Decks show without it being called Lower Decks. But of course, it quickly became the hero ship. Okay, it became the ship that fought the Kalon. It became the ship that infiltrated the Krill. It became the ship that saved a colony of Moclan females. They couldn't tell boring stories, or they didn't want to tell. They could have told mundane stories and just kept humor in the plot to keep us interested. But instead, they decided to turn a crew of what, should have been, frankly, bottom of the barrel characters into a unlikely set of heroes who, by the time season 2 is over, have seen the equivalent action of the Enterprise D, even though they were in just a, generic Miranda class ship in the Orville universe. Actor says, fun fact, shift 1 is exclamation. Hello, world. It's buffering. Shit. What about now? Are we back yet? Hello, world. Okay. It's the software crashed again. I don't know what the hell's going on with OBS. What was the last thing you guys heard? If you don't mind me asking, let me go back and see. Okay, it became the hero ship. They saw the equivalent of the Enterprise D. Even though they were in a generic Miranda class ship. Okay. Okay. Actor says, fun fact. That's where we lost it. At least when I go backwards, that's where I lost it. Sorry about that. Okay. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Actor says, fun fact, shift 1 is basically is exclamation point because old typewriters lacked an exclamation point. And so one was made by a period backspace apostrophe or a period backspace vertical line. So interesting. I never knew that. Dan Ben puts in a upside down and regular side up question marks. Darth Maul says, or how'd he have his testicles ritualistically shaven? Yes, that was a Dr. Evil monologue. Richie Poole says the comma has become so misused and underused in American English, so very sad, and Mamo Pray also finds that sad. And yes, there will be a Mamo Pray tale later, a little bit later. Yitza Lemons is the song was Word Crimes by Weird Al Yankovic. Darth Maul says comma, 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 chameleon. Super Blubberpuss says, hey Bird, did you get your new bed and how is it? Yes, we got the new bed. Thank you. It is bigger than I thought it would be. The outside dimensions are the same, but the mattress is noticeably wider, which is pretty cool. But I'll be honest, it's taking some getting used to. It's got a lot more features than the old bed, and one of them is it allows me to sit up quite a bit higher than the old one did. And I think I got to get used to it. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's, you got used to something for 12 years and you're in something new. It's going to take some getting used to. It is not, I'll tell you, it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's not immediately more comfortable by any means. It's not terrible, but it is taking some getting used to. I'm very happy, don't get me wrong. Agnes's bed is hissing. No. It's not that the bed's hissing. There's a whine or a hiss coming from one of the motors that it's like a ring. It's like tinnitus. It's like you had tinnitus, except that we know that it's not tinnitus. It's coming from the bed because we can turn it off. If we turn off the bed, the ringing goes away. And I know what part is causing it. And I know it's a blower fan. And I know that if we could just touch the blower fan with a hammer or even a screwdriver, we could stop it. So I just want the guy to tighten it down or something. And I'm sure we could kill this high-pitched whine. So hopefully he can do that on Monday. There's no stowaway snake in the bed, Actor. I will check for bed bugs, though. Mike Richards says, no camera. Are you hiding from Deej? No, Mike, I just didn't feel like putting on a good shirt today. And frankly, the last few days, and apparently today even as well, the bandwidth has been pretty low for whatever reason. I thought we'd be better off without the camera. But hell, even without the camera, the software has already crashed once. So God knows what would be going on if we had the camera. John DeMarco says, one thing's for sure, Bird is no Tholian. This is true. I am like it much colder than Tholians. Springtime says, Bird of Prey, is it true that Deej is the greatest American hero and not the greatest furry hero? Springtime, I think he's both. Richie Poole says the Orville trailer was very disappointing. I agree. Uncle Remus says the Orville season 3 versus Picard season 2. Who wins? Orville. I don't even have to watch the series. I already know. Orville season 3 is won against Picard season 2. And it's not that I'm being, unfair. It's just, we've seen what Seth can do, and we've seen what Alex Kurtzman can do. And I would bet on Seth every single time. It's not even a bet. It's just he's better. He's better at it. And it's nothing personal, but there's no comparison. Richie Poole says, I thought they told us they finished filming the Orville 6 months ago. Now they're saying 2 weeks ago. Sad. No, it was only a couple weeks ago, maybe 3, that I heard they finished filming. Up until that point, they always had said they had half finished when the pandemic began. Thomas Bond says, yes, Bird, the Orville was canceled. That's why they filmed the season 3. Is it season 3, Thomas? Or is it season 1 of Orville New Horizons? You see? Richie Poole says 6 months ago. Agner says, where's the horizon? In space. Well, if you're in a galaxy that's mostly flat, the horizon would be the plane at the center of the galaxy. Thomas Bott says, so then Enterprise was canceled because in season 3 it was called Star Trek Enterprise. Yes, technically. Well, no, because it was still on the same channel in the same time slot and everything else was exactly the same. They just changed the name of the show. MJ Garrick says, which streaming service? Hulu. Well, it's Hulu in the United States, and it's Disney Plus if Hulu is not available where you are. It also might be Disney Plus outside the United States. But inside the United States, it's Hulu. Other places, if you have Disney Plus, it'll be on Disney Plus. Actor says, not even on television, on a streaming service, as if streaming is better or worse than open air TV. Well, it's just different. MJ says the poor Kazon are so picked on. They were terrible villains, MJ. Like, honestly, Kazon Nistrom, how they were even able to take over Voyager only goes to show how terrible a Captain Janeway was at the beginning of Voyager. Like, the Kazon are literally the worst. Like, I'd be more fearful of the Packlids than the Kazon. Okay, if the Kazon, the Packlids, the Klingons, the Romulans, and the Breen show up to a fight, I would laugh more at the Kazon than at the Packlids. Actor says the Orville was the Cerritos, but the Orvilles isn't Lower Decks. Yeah, and yes and no. I mean, granted, you're seeing the senior staff, but it was supposed to be, it's like a similar vibe to Lower Decks. You're right. The Orville is the Cerritos. So it's like a show set on the Cerritos and not the lower decks of the Cerritos. Indie Tigers is good afternoon all. But it's also as if now, 2 seasons in, it's as if the Cerritos has become the Enterprise, which is something I don't think they ever intended it to become. Indie Tigers is good afternoon all. Darth Maul says, or the Orville go at the TMP route and get a refit. That's my guess. Was they, we don't know how many years are going to pass in showtime. I'm guessing it's going to be at least real world time because, if it was just adults, you could say, oh, it's only been 6 months. But you've got Ty and the other kid, Dr. Finn's kids, and they kept growing. There's no way you can use them and pretend that they're just 6 months older than they were the last time we saw them. I mean, hell, they're going to be damn near adults. So, they have to explain the passage of time. Dan Ben says Russell T. Davies showrun in 2005 when the show came back. Richie Poole says hello to Indie Tiger, who says hi to Richie. Dan Ben says, well, Orville Season 3 is going to be exploring new things. Thomas says, well, I have to go to dinner, then work, and I'll wait for your video on Fox or Seth MacFarlane officially saying the Orville was canceled after Season 2, so guess I will see Salty finish his Borg series first. Ha 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 ha. Take care, Thomas. And then the buffering started. The lost stream. Sorry about that. No, actor, your comment didn't break the stream. Actor says to think Bird is wasting oxygen talking and talking. I was. Bradley Briggs says he's back. John DeMarco says he's back now. Back. Everybody's saying I'm back. I hear you, but the picture is fuzzy. Looking good, Bird, says JP's. Actor says, I don't know, is it now or in the past? Indie Tiger says we're back. Words and pictures says Word says hello. Uncle Remus says no sound. Old typewriters was the last thing. Fun fact. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bradley Briggs says one is the exclamation point, then dead as AF. Vincent Gallipo says Qapla. The JP says not Ryan Johnson. Set the stream to 720. Yep, that'll do it. Indie Tiger says unlikely heroes. The Random Menace, using a whole bunch of weird punctuation or accents, says greetings from the future. Not Ryan Johnson says done and done to JP's. JP's is Bird of Prey. I tend to use commas in place of periods when typing out long stuff. Actor says the Random Menace already explained by Bird. It's punctuation day, excluding accents. JP says you're welcome. Actor says I put my accent back in for nothing. Damn it, Actor. That accent makes it so hard to at you. Uncle Remus says fart fan. What? No. Actor says Bird, new bed has turbo. Random Menace says he doesn't care. Richie Bull's Bird of Prey, would your new bed like some crackers with that wine? Ha ha ha. Yitza says LDG had buffer problems too earlier. Coincidence? I think not. JP's is Bird of Prey. They're flying sex snakes living in your bed. Lowell, hammer, and screwdriver. JP says Picard wins? Between Orville and Picard? Picard wins? What are you smoking, JP's? The space weed. Rafi's got you on too much space weed. Indie Tigers is Bird of Prey typewriters had the cent key as in dollars and cents. Yeah, where is the cent key? Why can't I use cents? That's such bullshit. I don't even know if there is a cent key. I've never seen one. Vincent Gallipo says, I will not get Hulu just for the Orville. Well, you can yar, do what you must, matey. JP says, where the hell is this reading this from? Where the hell is reading this from? What? Vincent says, Lower Decks is the worst thing ever. JP says, damn, Bird of Prey, you must be like 45 minutes behind. Indie Tiger says, JP's, actually, I'm coming up on it now. JP's, he's just getting to my greeting. He's about 15 minutes behind. Uncle Remus says, did you watch the premiere of the new Wonder Years? As a white person, I found it offensive against whites. No, Uncle Remus, I had heard they were redoing the Wonder Years. I figured it was still months, if not years out. I didn't realize it had started already. But fear not, I have absolutely zero plans to ever watch the new Wonder Years. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. And Uncle Remus says, when you're done with DS9, you should do Farscape. I know people are telling me to do Farscape. I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. So we've got a couple things I want to go over. Star Trek news, kind of big Star Trek news, but we also have a Mamo Pray tale. So do you want to do your tale, Mamo Pray? Yeah, let's have Mamo Pray do her Mamo Pray tale, and then I'm gonna get to some Trek news, and then we'll get to Dear Bops. Farscape is poop, says JP. I'm not surprised. I don't know. I might have to watch one episode. But coming up to the microphone, Mamo Pray.
I almost came up and said good morning, everyone. No, it may be morning where someone is, but right here, it's good afternoon. So you can tell I'm a bit confused. But that's become normal lately. Anyway, my tale today, first of all, let me say hello. I missed that. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. That's better. Now my avatar is there. I'm not confused anymore. This tale is a very recent one. Today being Friday, this is my take on Wednesday when Bird's bed was being delivered. Oh boy. I cannot explain. I was going a little crazy, worrying, is the bed too heavy for the ramp? What happens if they bring the bed up the ramp and the ramp breaks? I knew that HillRom would be covered for any damage that the movers might have caused. But it wasn't the money at that point. It was, what do we do? Well, I finally calmed down a little and went on about getting ready. Now, they were supposed to be here at 1 p.m. Around 11, well, no, maybe a little earlier, I received a call from a HillRom representative saying that he was coming 15 minutes early. But the call went like, hi, this is Paul from HillRom. And I said, Paul, it's Joanne and Joe from Bayside. Oh, I thought it was familiar. Your voice was familiar. He's the man that's been here the last few times fixing the old bed. And he was actually the only one that really ever got anything fixed. And he was really good. But the only thing with Paul is he is so detail-oriented that he's not quick. But okay. Moving on through my day, I'm a little happier now. I go to get the wheelchair because Bert's going to get from the old bed into the wheelchair and then into the new bed. Well, this, as you all know, the wheelchair hasn't been working right for years, but it's always turned on. You were able to get power. Oh my goodness. I go to turn it on. Nothing. It's dead. Dead, dead, dead. Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. Getting nothing. Well, maybe the battery died. I plug in the battery charger. Nothing. The light on the battery charger comes on, so I know that's getting power, but there's absolutely no power going to the wheelchair. Okay, what do I do now? We do have an old manual wheelchair for emergencies, and this was definitely an emergency. Got that out, but now my heart is racing. I don't want to go into every detail, but I said to Bird, listen, you can stay in the old bed until the new bed is ready. He said, no, I'm okay. He said, we'll try this wheelchair. I mean, because it's really not comfortable, but, he says, no, I'm all right. Okay, it's up to you.
We had an estimate of it taking an hour or so.
Yeah.
To get the new bed ready.
Anyway, well, first of all, we're getting ready to put him in the wheelchair, but we didn't do it yet because we expected the technician to show up 15 minutes before the bed. Well, 12:30, get a knock on the door, and it's not the technician. It's the people moving the bed. So their idea was, well, we'll take the old bed out before. I said, Joe said, no. Want the new bed in before this one, the old bed goes out. I mean, it was just every little thing along the way. He was a trooper, I have to say. If it was me in his position, I probably would have been ranting and raving. But he got in the manual wheelchair that was very uncomfortable. They brought up the new bed, but it had to be put together. It was in pieces, in boxes, and I mean the big frame, was there, but all the components needed to be bolted or whatever they were in place. It took hours. So it was from 12:30, and he got into the new bed at 5 minutes to 4. At 4 o'clock, he did his stream.
Right. Because I had a DS9.
Right.
Wednesday at 4 o'clock. 4:05.
But those hours in between, he wound up actually being moved. I moved him to a recliner, a lazy boy, because it was just taking too long to. Oh, and there was the new lift that the technician had to put together also. But getting him into the bed was the part that I wish I had videoed it, but I couldn't because I was there moving him. You have to picture this now. He's hanging on, oh gosh, picture a hammock. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a sling onto a lift. Now we lift him all the time to change the sheets, to go into a wheelchair. But normally, we're only moving him like 10 feet from the bed to the wheelchair, or just not even moving him at all, just lifting him. This was now 35 feet away from the new bed. He was sitting in the recliner.
As far as I could possibly be.
Yes. That was like from where the bed is to where he was. And this is a new lift. Well, the technician was here and he was helping me because we do have to go over one between the dining room and the room Joe was in was a bit of a lip. Not a big high one, but enough. Well, I'm pulling, the technician is pushing, but what we didn't realize is Joe is swinging, going around. It wasn't funny, but it was. He's trying to grab on to hold himself straight, because if he goes too far, his head's going to hit the pole or his feet are going to hit the wall. Had it been videotaped, it really probably would be, whatever you call it, a humorous event, though it wasn't. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. We're still figuring out how to use the new lift. And the bed, well, that's going to take some time to getting used to. There's a lot more buttons. It does do a lot more things. And in the long run, it'll be great. And I am just so grateful for the whole story of the bed, which Bird may tell you someday. But I just say, I never thought we'd be able to get a bed like he's got now. And I'm grateful. That's all I can say. And with that, I'll leave you picturing Bird swinging from a lift, going around and around. Maybe one day I'll pick him up in the lift and swing him and take a picture. Everybody have a good afternoon or evening or whatever it is.
Thank you, Mama. Right.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I thought there was going to be.
Huh?
I guess. Okay, it was a new tale, a recent tale.
Yeah, I said it was a recent tale.
Gotcha. See, we don't talk about these things ahead of time. No, you didn't give away anything. I just assumed that would be like a tale of 20, 30, 40 years ago. I never. There's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong. I just wasn't thinking. Welcome, Eastland Burkholder. You wish I could throw the person who said that out the air. Like, yeah, the person will take the old bed out first. Yeah, no. Just in case. Richie Poole says Bird of Prey is the new bed equipped with phasers and photon torpedoes. It should be, Richie. The Random Menace says never pictured Bird of Prey is a swinger. Yeah. Eastland says there's a small gray button. Do not push it until you talk to me. It's 23rd century on the new bed. 23rd century tech on the new bed. Okay, Eastland, I gotcha. So, now let's see. Is this going to work? Yes, it is. Okay. So, look at this. William Shatner, beam me up, Jeffy, going into space with Blue Origin. William Shatner is going to go up into space next month on Amazon's Blue Origin. This is real, people. This is real. William Shatner, Captain Kirk, is going to go into space. Holy fuck. How awesome is that going to be? How awesome is that going to be? Decades after he last played the role, William Shatner is going to become the real-life Captain Kirk because he's going to space on Jeff Bezos' rocket ship. An Indie Tiger with a $5 super chat. You swing me right around. You swing me right around, baby, right around, like a record player, right around and around. I'm sorry, Indy. I wish I knew that song. I could sing it in tune, but I don't. Dee Dee says, thanks to the tale to Mama Pray. No, JPs, it's not going to crash horribly. So William Shatner's going up Though he won't be boldly going where no man's gone before, because Bezos and his Blue Origin crew already did it, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the 90-year-old actor is slated to be part of the second crew to take spaceflight in the New Shepard capsule. That would make him the oldest person ever to be launched into space. We're told Shatner will be on board in October for the 15-minute civilian flight, similar to the last launch. But what we don't know, but what would be awesome, is if he wears his Captain Kirk getup. Come on, CBS. You've got to give him his Captain Kirk clothing. Our sources say the mission will be filmed for a documentary. We're told Shatner's people were talking to Discovery about the special. That's Discovery Channel people, not Star Trek Discovery. But our sources say Shatner and company have taken the project elsewhere and are in negotiations. It's unclear who will be joining William on the flight, but they'll join an elite company as some of the first few amateur astronauts in space. You recall when Bezos went up and away in July, he was joined by his brother Mark Bezos, test pilot Wally Funk, and recent high school grad Oliver Deming. Okay, I know who's got to go. I don't think you would ever get them all in the rocket together. But you need William Shatner, George Takei, Walter Koenig, and Nichelle Nichols. Unfortunately, I know Nichelle is not healthy enough to go up into space alone. So that would be, that's not going to happen. Even maybe, I don't know, maybe if it was a good day, she could do it. I don't think she could. But could you imagine if you had if you had Shatner, Takei, Koenig, and Nichelle on the rocket? That would be amazing. Or even just three of them. And whatever. Just, for God's sakes, don't put Patrick Stewart. And don't put Michael Burnham. Don't put Michael Burnham on the goddamn rocket. The crew reached an altitude of 66.5 miles, floated around for a few minutes in zero gravity while playing with ping pong balls, then made their way down for a safe landing. It's also unclear what Shatner's paying for his spot aboard the New Shepard. Our sources believe he's being comped, which would be a smart move for Bezos. You're goddamn right. Of course you comp Captain Kirk. You don't charge Captain Kirk to go up in space. He charges you to bless your goddamn rocket. You may recall with Blue Origin's first flight, the final civilian seat went for more than $20 million at auction and was given to Damien, whose father is super rich. You don't charge William Shatner to use your rocket. Okay, he uses your rocket. You get publicity. The random menace is the rocket will crash, will be the one that Marina Sirtis is piloting. Okay, yeah, you don't go up on a rocket with Marina Sirtis. Eastland says, yes, he's heavier than most 35-year-olds. with funny and oldest skin, of course. He never had great hair. It's genetics. Shatner's health, says Eastland. Dee Dee's Bird of Prey, don't stop your day job. Hub Jeep, hey, my friend John. Hi, Joe. The song in the super chat is You Spin Me Around by the band Dead or Alive. Thank you, Hub. Of course you would know that. John DeMarco says Shatner and Takei together in a small cabin probably isn't the best idea. Oh, I know, but it would be awesome. And Eastland says, yeah, you're not getting those 4 above the blue sky. Dee Dee Myers says Shatner's body won't handle the forces. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, this might wet your whistle for showing off Karoga. City State 2. Another game. Eastland says Shatner and Takei not on good terms. Yeah, I know they're not on good terms. Josh's Bird of Prey only put Michael Burnham on the rocket if she's being fired into the sun. I agree. That one I would watch. City State 2. Let's see what City State 2. That's not it. There's more Star Trek news. Just so you know. City State 2. It's back to the origins of what makes city builders such as SimCity 4 captivating and demanding, offering realistic urban simulation centered on civic and economic matters. That's interesting. I'll take a look at it. How much is it? Mostly positive. Just released. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to leave the tab open, so I'll take a look. Okay, but here's the deal. Sean Connery, who should be comped. I don't know if I would comp Sean Connery. I would only comp, honestly, Shatner and listen, as much as I don't like him, I would comp Mark Hamill. I guess I would comp Harrison Ford too. They would be okay. I would not comp Patrick Stewart. Or oh, you know what? I would comp Avery Brooks. Let's do that. Okay. You know what? If we get Kirk, Avery Brooks, we got Shatner, Avery Brooks, Patrick Stewart, and what's his face? Archer. Oh man, what's his name? We get them 4, or even, actually it might be, I don't know what the maximum weight is, but it might be that they can only fit 3 people. These, Shatner is not in the best of health in terms of weight. And I don't think some of the other people are either. So you might need 3 instead of 4. Jeff Bezos is a really tiny guy, as is his brother. They don't look particularly big. And they had this, college student, and they were all pretty thin and small people where they fit 4. I would imagine that maybe 3 adults is probably more realistic. So if it was Shatner, Avery Brooks, and Patrick Stewart, that would be something. But oh my God, what if God forbid something went wrong? Would we be able to survive that? I would say no. I'd say new rule, only one TV star, only one Star Trek star allowed per rocket. Robert Rose Jr. says, Qapla today, Berto Prey, Mamo Prey, and Sassy. Oh, what if it was Seth MacFarlane? What if Seth MacFarlane went up with them? How dare you not comp Patrick Stewart? Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm not comping Patrick Stewart. D.D. Myers says, I agree. I would comp Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, Scott Bakula. That's it. Or Janeway, I guess. I guess technically you have to. If you're gonna let all the other people go, you got to open it up to her too. Bezos is 5'7". Yeah, well, that's tiny compared to me. Okay, so listen, guys, I highly recommend against ever reading this internet publication. However, Google News in its wisdom decided to show it to me. Star Trek reveals Spock told Picard about Michael Burnham. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's from Screen Rant. And I should have just clicked off right here, but I had to know what the hell are they talking about. So apparently there's a new book coming out called The Autobiography of Mr. Spock. And it is supposedly written as an autobiography that Leonard Nimoy's Mr. Spock wrote to and only for the eyes of Patrick Stewart, for him to read. And it says that Star Trek, just meaning Star Trek, what does that mean? Star Trek, the corporation? Star Trek, they mean secret hideout is what they mean. Reveals that Spock, Leonard Nimoy, who they can't do anything because Leonard Nimoy is dead, told Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, the secret about his adopted sister, Michael Burnham, Sonequa Martin Green, and the USS Discovery. The younger version of Spock, Ethan Peck, was a pivotal player in Star Trek Discovery Season 2. Reunited with his estranged sister, Spock and Burnham saved the galaxy from a rogue AI called Control. Except that it wasn't quite an AI yet. It wanted to become an AI. Except it was an AI. But the cost of their victory was Michael and USS Discovery's permanent exile to the 32nd century. Because reasons. To maintain this secret, Spock altered Starfleet's records so that Burnham and her starship were listed as lost in the battle with Control. Oh my fucking God. How many ways does this make no fucking sense? Spock and Captain Picard officially met in Star Trek The Next Generation two-parter Unification. By the 24th century, Ambassador Spock committed himself to the reunion of the Vulcan and Romulan races who share a common ancestry but split apart a millennia ago. Picard traveled to Romulus to find Spock, and upon reaching an accord, Jean-Luc mind-melded with the Vulcan to share the essence of Spock's father Sarek, Mark Leonard, that was part of Picard. In J.J. Abrams' Star Trek 2009, Spock attempted to prevent the Romulan supernova and inadvertently time-traveled into an alternate Kelvin timeline where he met a younger version of himself and Captain James T. Kirk, Chris Pine. Ambassador Spock ultimately died in the Kelvin timeline. However, in Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Michael Burnham learned that Vulcan and Romulus achieved Spock's dream of reunification, and both races shared a homeworld called Navarre. It was the homeworld was Vulcan, renamed to Navarre. The autobiography of Mr. Spock by Una McCormick revealed what? How do you have an autobiography of Mr. Spock by somebody not named Mr. Spock? Revealed that prior to his departure to stop the Romulan supernova, the aged Vulcan hero composed his autobiography, which was intended for one specific reader, Jean-Luc Picard. In the years since TNG, Spock and Picard maintained their friendship, and the ambassador was well aware Admiral Picard attempted a rescue mission to save the Romulan people from the supernova that was rescinded by the United Federation of Planets, and that Picard quit Starfleet in protest. This was part of the reason Spock took it upon himself to attempt to use red matter to defuse the Romulan star from going supernova, but crucially, Spock told Picard all aspects of his life, including his earliest years on Vulcan, when a young orphan girl named Michael Burnham was adopted by his Vulcan father, Sarek. No, you can't have Picard events. No. It doesn't make sense. In Picard, the supernova occurred unexpectedly. It couldn't, no. In Star Trek 2009, Spock was on his way. They knew it was going supernova. He just was like a few hours late. In Picard, the supernova happened a year early. It doesn't make any sense. Okay? The histories don't match. In his autobiography, Spock told Picard all about the events seen in Star Trek Discovery Season 2, which was a retcon of Spock's early life. The Vulcan detailed his childhood and estrangement with Michael, the young Spock seeing the Red Angel, how they reunited aboard the USS Discovery, and how Burnham and USS Discovery sacrificed themselves to jump 900 years into the future to save the 23rd century. What's fascinating about this is Spock maintained the secret of Michael Burnham for over a century. Spock never even told his closest friend, James T. Kirk, William Shatner, that he had a human sister, much less what happened to Michael in the USS Discovery. Hey, fuckheads! Spock mind-melded. In fact, he gave his whole fucking Qapla to McCoy. Anything Spock knew, McCoy should have known. Bigger problem was that Sarek mind-melded with Picard when he was going fucking nuts. Long after he would have lost the ability to block anything from his mind, Sarek mind-melded with Picard. So Picard would have known about Michael through Sarek. Okay? Now Picard may have kept his mouth shut because he knew it was a secret, but when Picard then mind-melded with Spock, Spock would have known that Picard already knew about Michael Burnham. So there would have been no reason for Spock to write an autobiography only for Picard to read, because Picard would have known all this from the mind meld with Sarek. Except it's all bullshit, because none of it makes any fucking sense anyway, and Spock wouldn't have kept the secret from fucking James T. Kirk to begin with. The autobiography of Mr. Spock not only recontextualizes much of Spock's early life, but adds extra dimension to Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Discovery. The fuck it does! By the time of Picard Season 1, Jean-Luc had read Spock's tale and knew about Michael Burnham and Discovery, although he presumably honored his friend's wishes and kept this information private, especially since he no longer trusted Starfleet. In Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Michael saw a hollow image of the older Spock meeting Picard in TNG. Fans know Burnham's brother trusted the captain of the Enterprise D with his greatest secret. No, we don't, because one, there hasn't been Star Trek since Enterprise. And number two, go fuck yourself. Whether or not the autobiography of Mr. Spock is officially Star Trek canon is a bit unclear. No, it is not unclear. It is simply not canon. Most Star Trek novels are not officially part of the continuity of Star Trek's TV shows and movies. How about this? None of them are canon. Even the comic book, which I was conned into buying and told was canon, was immediately uncanonized because it just doesn't make any fucking sense anymore, because they couldn't write canon to save their fucking lives.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
God damn it, who's been holding up the goddamn elevator? Indie Tiger with a $5 super chat. McCoy said it. Spock is as tight-lipped as an Alderian shellmouth about his family. Thank you, Indie Tiger. Mike Richards says cough, bullshit, cough, Animal House. And Cinnabon Bunny says, see, I told you. TOS is just the original Discovery. Hello, Cinnabon. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, Qapla, bird of prey. What is a supernova? So when a star goes boom. Josh reads his bird of prey. If it does if STD and Picard take place in JJ verse. No, they don't. Anyway, they're saying, but tie-in books with the new Star Trek series on Paramount Plus involve writers who work on the shows, and they are closer to being canonical. No, it doesn't matter. In effect, unless Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard directly contradicts the autobiography of Mr. Spock, then it's safe to believe the Vulcan did tell Jean-Luc Picard about his sister Michael Burnham and the USS Discovery, who now live in the 32nd century. Wrong, schmuck. Because who cares if it's Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard? If Star Trek, the birth of evil that comes out in 55 years contradicts this, then it would be canon. It doesn't have to be Discovery or Picard. Okay, anything, because we already have TOS and TNG. So you're saying that canon is set? Then fine. Discovery can't undo TOS canon. I agree. Picard can't undo TNG canon. I agree. The problem is you're letting any new Trek undo any canon before it. And I agree that shouldn't be allowed. So no. It's just not canon. Okay, nothing, you know what? Nothing made since 2005 is canon. I can't fucking believe this. There'd be no fucking way in hell am I going to spend any money on something called the autobiography of Mr. Spock by, dumb bitch, dumbass, dumb schmuck, whatever the fuck their name is. The autobiography of Mr. Spock needs to be written by Mr. Spock. And I'm sorry, he's dead. So, too late. Your chance, you missed it. You missed your chance for the autobiography. John DeMarco's a silly bird. These people have obviously never watched Star Trek before. Words with pictures as it feels like bird mind melded. Josh Street says we lost Bird of Prey to a bird rant. JP's I love a good bird rant. Bite your tongue, Cinnabon. What did Cinnabon say? I don't know. D.D. Myers and Bird of Prey rants are the best ones on YouTube.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Cinnabon says the truth of Gene's vision. The truth of Gene's vision. John speaks as Bird of Prey. Think of your heart. You might want to lay off the bird rants. I'm letting the pressure out. If I push it in, that's going to cause problems. Oh no, Rock Solid donated $20. Holy shit. I realize I'm just a piece of crap worthy of people dumping on in Dear Bop, but get something nice for Mama Prey, and Chris Pratt shouldn't be Mario. Rock Solid, was that really you? You're not a piece of crap, Rock Solid. Son of a bitch. Now I have to check and see, was that really Rock Solid, or is that somebody just pretending to be Rock Solid? It was. Damn it, Rock Solid. You're not a piece of crap. Thank you so much, though. I will get something nice for Mama Prey, as you've requested. The Borg existed long before the motion pictures, says John DeMarco. That's debatable. John DeMarco says, according to Voyager, the Borg have been around for 900 years. Well, Josh reaches Bird of Prey. We could get the autobiography of Mr. Spock, but it would have to be, yes, sure, it could be Zachary Quinto. It could be. That's true. It could also be Ethan Peck, but that would have to be prior to him meeting Kirk. And it would also not count if fucking Michael Burnham is in it. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to put on some commercials, and then we're going to get to Dear Bop.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a coat and keep it company. It's the real. I'd like to teach the world what the world was in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world you feel when you know it's for real. It's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke is it. I'd like to teach the world just how you feel in perfect harmony. It's for real. It's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke is it.
Time takes you beyond the news.
Time flies and you are there. Time cries and lets you care. You understand the world we share.
This week, Time helps you understand the spoils of war, the diplomatic and human costs of victory in Lebanon and the Falklands.
Read Time and understand.
When that sun breaks out, lift up your head and shout, it's gonna be a great day.
Kellogg's waits for you, that spirit comes shining through, promising you a great day.
How could you think of starting this bright new morning without your K-double-L? Oh, it's double good with Kellogg's, you'll have a great day.
Kellogg's has been making great days for more people for more years with more cereals than anyone. Corn Flakes, Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes, Product 19. Trust your mornings to Kellogg's.
Very best part of starting your bright new morning is Kellogg's way. It's not far away. Kellogg's will help you say there's gonna be a great, we're gonna see a place. It's gonna be a great day.
The Computer Factory wants you to get the competitive edge with the Apple rebate sale. Purchase a qualifying Apple system now and get cash back. Buy the Apple IIgs for only $549 after Apple rebate, or the Apple IIc for only $549 after rebate, or the powerful Macintosh Plus for only $1,449 after Apple rebate. Hurry in to your nearest Computer Factory store for their lowest prices of the year on Apple. Plenty of stock on hand at all Computer Factory locations.
Hello, world. I'm back. Captain Trek says, hello, Captain. And Richie Poole says, Jaloja. Yes, it was Jaloja. Oh, poor Captain. You're coming back just in time for Dear Bop. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. Any brown alerts with the new bed? Not yet. Not yet. Darth Maul says, hi, I'm Peter Falk, and welcome to the Falklands. Yes.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Rock Solid with another $5 donation. Thank you, Rock Solid. And says, yes, it really was me. And your Dear Bop authors would have you believe otherwise. I'm a piece of garbage worthy of being crapped on. So I choose to judge people by their actions. Get something nice for yourself, too. Oh, thank you, Rox. Thank you. Well, I really hope that nobody said anything terrible about you in today's Dear Bop. Of course, I always hope that. It's no different. Oh, shit. I clicked on one by accident. We'll get to it. We'll get to it in time. That wasn't meant to be clicked on yet. Eastlands is the Doctor Who news. Anyone hear of it? Yes. I mean, I heard it because Doomcock did a video on it, that the old showrunner is coming back. To be honest, I mean, I couldn't imagine much better news for a Doctor Who fan. So I think the Deejes of the world will be quite happy. But I'm not sure, as I'm not a Doctor Who fan. But if you guys are happy, I mean, to me, it would be like hearing that, you know, Stephen Ira Bear or Ira Stephen Bear or somebody back from Star Trek was coming back to to lead Star Trek again, or Ronald D. Moore or something. That would be the equivalent, and I would be like, hell yeah, I would be all for that. But MJ says, you always judge people by this action. Eason says, do we believe this? It seemed like it was a pretty legit source, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow Doctor Who, so I'm sorry. Okay, Dear Bop. The intrepid crew of the USS Robinson. Let's see. The crew of the USS Robinson takes great offense to the attitude of Bird of Prey 5 in regards to the incident of the sneak attack on the USS Robinson by Life with Matthew and the Romulans. You, sir, are questioning the honor of the Federation. How dare you, sir? And fix your buffering internet already. The intrepid crew of the USS Robinson. Okay, first, to the crew of the USS Robinson. 1, we didn't attack you. 2, I highly doubt Life with Matthew was working with Romulans. You probably let the anesthetine gas leak out of the vents, and you were probably all running around half drunk, like in the Naked Now scenario, and you didn't know what the hell was going on. And then you woke up, had headaches, and you imagined it all. Second, it's your internet that's buffering. We have plenty of internet here in Caroga. It's once it hands off to your sector of space, that's where the bottleneck is, not in ours. Okay. Dear Bop, I heard the appeal on Friday to have the guy come forward who has issues with Gary from Rock Solid. Personally, I don't know who the guy is and kind of sounds like a loser, but I will step forward to take up the challenge. To that end, I challenge Gary to a duel. I will come to Illinois and fight. And Bird, you can stream it. To that end, I challenge Gary to a duel. Each guy gets to choose his weapon of choice, and I prefer a chainsaw. I will come to Illinois to fight, and Bird, you can stream it. When will you want this to go down? Andre the Giant. Andre, if each man can choose his weapon of choice, and you're choosing a chainsaw, what if Rock Solid chooses a gun? I mean, I know you want a duel, but even a 22 versus a chainsaw at 50 feet or 100 feet, it's not much of a fight. Are you sure you want to use a chainsaw? And I will have to verify with Rock Solid if he wants to fight you. If you're not the guy who's doing the soft putty, then I really don't think Rock Solid wants to hurt you. But Rock Solid, if you do want to take him up on this, please let me know. Star Trek Nitpickers is Qapla all just back from work. Qapla Star Trek Nitpickers. And people, this Saturday, I believe, the USS New York returns to the Star Trek Nitpickers channel. So be sure you're subscribed to get new episodes of the USS New York. Rock Solid says, I will choose Briefcase Nuke. That way it kills everyone around. And Mike Richards says, Caroganet, TM. Okay, so a briefcase nuke versus a chainsaw in a duel to the death. Coming live on Karoga TV. Luckily, it'll be taking place in Illinois. And Nitpicker says, yes, the USS New York comes tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is Saturday. Correct. So, and tomorrow is also going to be a special Cinema Saturday for Jedi Bill's birthday, which isn't until Wednesday next week. But we will be watching True Lies at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Dear Bop, hello, Joe. Angela Cartwright here. I think you might remember me as Penny in Lost in Space from the 60s. I do not. If you ever saw any of our episodes, I did not. You might recall seeing a monkey who played a space alien named Debbie or Bloop. Well, I wanted to reach out to you as I know you're quite the animal lover. I am not. Except for Sassy. Debbie, her actual name is Judy the Chimp, is looking for her forever home. It sounds like she should have found it by now. She has to move from her current one as her current owner. Oh, is she also living with Anti-Tracker? As her current owner, as she bit the lady where she lives, and they had to do quite a bit of surgery to fix the wound. But anyway, Judy is much nicer now and the sweetest chimpanzee you'll ever find. Can we send her to live with you and Sassy? No. Thanks, darling Angela. I'm sorry, Angela. I'm going to have to refuse. Even if I did know who this chimp was, which I don't. I have a strict no chimpanzee policy. Chimpanzees are the worst pets. They go for the genitals, and as such, they also go for the face and hands. As such, I do not tolerate chimpanzees. Just say no to chimpanzees. They're not meant to be pets. Josh Reed says, but Bird of Prey, you always said you and Karoga are part of the Romulan Empire. I've never said that. And Nitpicker says, here's link to part 1 of the cliffhanger. Awesome. Words and pictures, loves Bird's response to Angela. I am telling you, I am not a chimpanzee person. Dear Bop, I have quite a conundrum. My buddy has asked me which of the listed 3 I would choose for sex, and I have to pick one. I'm really at a loss here, but hoping you can help me. These 3 options are from the original series, the original Star Trek series, and the rules say that you have to pick one in Finnish, if you know what I mean. So here are the choices. 1, the Gorn, 2, the Salt Vampire, and 3, the Horta. I have to admit, I think the mouth of the Salt Vampire is quite enticing, but I am looking to you for your input. Get it? Input? Thank you. There's really, the Gorn is just a male lizard. The Horter is just a fucking monster. The Salt Vampire, however, can change into a beautiful, attractive woman and remain that way while you quote unquote finish. So, without question, the only one of the 3 as a possibility would be the Salt Vampire. Now, if the Salt Vampire was in its natural state, then you would just choose suicide. But if the salt vampire takes the shape of an attractive woman, as it usually does when it's trying to seduce a man to come to it, then it's perfectly viable, lovemaking material. Cam says hail, and hail to Captain Trek and to everyone in the chat. Welcome, Cam. Professor Brainy Speck says blah. I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm not going to go with the Gorn or the Horta, so if I had to pick one, it's the salt vampire. Dear Bop, Hulk Hogan here. I'm starting a new show on Hulu, and it's called Hulk Against the World. In each episode, I wrestle another celebrity and would like you to consider being in one of my first fights. You can stay in the bed, and I can swing you around and throw you out of the ring for dramatic emphasis. And I promise you won't get hurt, as it's not all real anyway. I figure a talent like you on the show will do wonders for my rebounding career and will likely get you a ton of new subs and maybe some hot chickadees too. So what do you say? Are you in? Hulkamania is running wild, brother. The Hulkster. I don't think you could lift the bed I'm in, Hulk. I think you're a little past your prime. To be honest, I'm not even sure you could lift this bed back in your WWF days, back before it was WWE, WWF days. So I'm going to have to take a hard pass on that, buddy. But good luck with bringing back Hulkamania. Professor Brainy Speck says it's a fake. Yeah, I know. I know. It's all a fake. Dear Bop, Sterling Buckle here. I am the producer for the new Scooby-Doo cartoon, and I'm writing today as we've recently lost our voice actor who does Shaggy's parts. He's moved on to do live action parts, but we are now in the need for a voiceover person who epitomizes Shaggy in voice and in real life. And you seem to be a perfect fit. Would you please say the following as a quick test for the audition? Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks. Thank you, Joe. We will have our people go over the audio and grab and get back to you. We are trying to get our actor in place to do a Scooby-Doo Halloween special, which will air on Hulu. Sterling. See, the problem is I have no idea what Shaggy sounds like. Scooby-Doo, I have a little sense. I don't know if I've ever heard Shaggy speak. Whoa, like that's Scooby. Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks. Like, I don't know. Is that Shaggy? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Maybe Ozzy O'Brien can do it. Oi, hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks! Crikey! Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks! Or maybe Captain Kirk could do it. Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks. Beam me up, Jeff Bezos. There we go. Dee Dee Myers is Bird of Prey. Why don't you turn the new bed into a vehicle that flies? Quite heavy to fly. Nitpickers says Shaggy is based on a character played by the guy who played Gilligan on the island. Hail Carlo Albanese, Qapla. Kirk O'Prey, yeah, says Carlo. So it sounds like Gilligan. So this Gilligan, the skipper to, let's see, what did Gilligan sound like? Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks. I don't know. Jedi Bill says, Qapla, brother warrior. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga. Josh reads Bird of Prey. You sound like you're high and want munchies, and you sound like you're Shaggy. Oh, so I sound like Elihu is what you're saying. Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks! I don't know. You think that works? I don't know what to call that voice. Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks! Hey, Scoob, did you see that scary old dude in the graveyard? Zoinks! Okay. I think we threw enough voices there. Yeah, Sassy's getting angry. Okay, Sassy, we'll move on. Nitpickers says all the Scooby-Doo characters were stolen from live-action show that only had one season. Dee Dee Myers says that sounded like a robot, a Robert Captain Kirk. And Wesley Crusher, who's been a member for 12 months. Congratulations, Wes. Says Qapla Bird just got free from work. Qapla, Wes, and congrats on 12 months as a Karoga member. Wow, time really flies. Carlo Albanese says his Bird of Prey mixed up his medication again. I have no idea what's happening. I was trying to get a voice acting job. Wesley says, I hate my job. Can I die now? No. Sorry, Wes. You've got to keep with it. Dear Bop, help with an argument, oh wise one. My partner and I are having an argument over the word Wiener Schnitzel. My boyfriend says that it means a penis. And I say that it's simply the name of a hot dog restaurant. I like using the word, and Chad always gives me heat about it. Do you use the word Wiener Schnitzel to indicate your schlong, or does it mean hot dog restaurant to you? Thank you for your expertise on a very important subject. Cherry Jerry K. Well, Cherry Jerry K, I would, you might be surprised to know that I don't believe I've ever used the word Wiener Schnitzel before. And I have no intent to ever use Wiener Schnitzel again. I know it has something to do with hot dogs. I was not aware it was a restaurant, but it makes some sense. So I would say yes. I would know it as a I won't call it a restaurant, but I would thought the Wiener Schnitzel itself was the hot dog as a synonym for hot dog, and not for schlong, as you so put it. But whatever, you know, whatever floats your wiener schnitzel. Yitz says there's nothing to do with hot dogs. It does here. The Random Menace says, I'm using the word wiener schnitzel when I want to order or make actual wiener schnitzel. So wiener schnitzel isn't quite a hot dog. It's some other hot dog shaped meat product. Yitzis is also, as a New Yorker, you must have said that Anthony Weiner is a real schnitzel at least once. Actually, you know, I don't think I have ever said that. Anthony Weiner, yes. I don't think I've ever had the reason to use schnitzel. Wesley says, I guess New York doesn't have them out there. No, I don't think we do. Yes, Mama, pray.
I was driving in the supermarket.
Yes. Mama, right.
And you know the first thing that came up?
What?
It was spam.
Mama Pray was trying a new supermarket. She put in low sodium food, and the first food that came up was low sodium spam. She's not going to buy it, though. Dear Bop, Joseph, I would like your input on my planned Halloween costume for the upcoming holiday. I have looked at many of the Star Trek dresses out there, but I think this is the best. Do you like it, and do you think it would work for me? I will definitely send you photos of me in the dress if you agree. Yvette. What's this? Oh no. What? Ahora's costume, but this isn't TOS Ahura. This is J.J. Abrams. No. I'm sorry. Listen, I get it. I don't get me wrong. It's not like it would be unattractive, but no. Why would you go with JJ when you could go with TOS? A serious TOS costume would be far more attractive than this JJ nonsense. I cannot in good conscience suggest buying something that filters money back to J.J. Abrams in any way, shape, or form. Sorry. Star Trek TOS woman Halloween costume. There we go. That's it. Yeah, that's a much better outfit. Ruby's Costume Company, Star Trek Classic Deluxe Dress. Okay. Now we're talking. Oh yeah, look at that. Even got the original Enterprise on it. There we go. Okay. That's it. That's your winner. The Random Menace is Bird of Prey. This is Wiener Schnitzel. What? Copy link address. This is Wiener Schnitzel. What? That's a Wiener Schnitzel? That doesn't look like a hot dog at all. What the hell is that? A tradition Austrian dish. I don't know what the fuck. Okay, I'm very confused. Dear Bop, spoiler warning. Spoilers below for those who have not watched For All Mankind. I don't want to put spoilers out there. But okay, guys, if you haven't watched For All Mankind and you intend to, do me a favor and just mute or take a minute and then come back. Do you think they dropped the ball by not having Ed Baldwin and Danielle Poole say goodbye, Bob, at Gordo's gravesite at the end of season 2? It seemed like something to bring closure to the character arc that they missed. You know, it didn't go through my mind at all, but now that you say it, probably they should have. But I didn't miss it at the time. Okay. Let's see. Sunday. Bird of Prey might eat the out-of-date spam. Mama prays for him when he reviews the Twilight Zone. Tune in to find out, says Carlo. Darth Maul says AOC was crying. What did you make her? Why did you make her cry so much? Why did you reject her marriage proposal? I always saw she was crying when she voted present. Josh Street says Bird of Prey. Do they make it in what fluffy damn size? Do they make it in what fluffy damn size? I don't know what the question is. Captain Trax, Bird of Prey, Wiener Schnitzel, as in Switzerland, is a type of schnitzel made of thin breaded pan-fried veal cutlet. Well, you know what? Then I have absolutely no idea what the fuck a Wiener Schnitzel is. And even less reason why anybody would think of it as a penis. Cam says that Trek costume was hot, on fire. Nitpicker says to Wes he missed a lot of Dear Bops. It looked like a chicken fried steak or chicken. It did. It looked like a chicken cutlet to me, or a veal cutlet. I thought a Wiener Schnitzel was just like a type of sausage. Anyway. Dear Bop, I have a friend. His name is Sam. He loves karaoke despite he cannot sing if his life depended on it. You are the Sinatra to him. Yesterday we told him not to sing since we were in my favorite club. We need to know how to start an intervention because Sam sung anyway. Ha 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 ha. Dear Bop, we are proud of you keeping cover of those smelly Klingons. Keep up the great work for us at the Tal Shiar, throwing the Federation Klingons off guard. Signed, Commander Sela. P.S. Sassy, execute order Nibble. Goddamn fake Romulans giving fake commands. Dear Bop, I tell you, this is a very trying time. It's a very trying time indeed. Bop, please take notice that I am attempting to use punctuation correctly. Anyway, I want you to know that you told Life with Matthew to spy on Salty Tracker. I want to know why you told Life with Matthew to spy on Salty Tracker. I didn't. Is it because you need a low salt diet now and Salty has changed his name to the Salty Tracker? Now, please understand, Matthew has gone too far. He is spying on Salty Tracker to win at Salty's Jep Nerdy game. And God and Matthew only know what else Matthew is spying on Salty about. Not to mention, Matthew is conspiring with Romulans. Cinnabon Bunny is obviously delusional, claiming TOS was the discovery of the 60s. For further evidence of Cinnabon's delusions, he is making false allegations against Professor Brainy Specs, and he has Thomas Potts buying into them. It's pure insanity. How can we combat this descent into chaos? We need a hero. Will you be that hero? Will you tell Matthew to stop spying on Salty Tracker? Will you tell Matthew to stop conspiring with Romulans? Can you get Cinnabon to take his medications for delusions? And can you get things right with Thomas Potts? Be that hero. Theta Sigma. No, I'm kind of just going to let everything go as it will. I have a prime directive against interference. Carlos is saying cheater. I don't know to who. The hell is that?
Where is it?
My phone. I don't know what's going on.
Your phone.
That's Diana.
Oh, calling you.
Video chatting from Messenger. Oh, my phone's not picking up. God damn it. Hello? Hi.
There's no camera.
We don't see you yet.
I don't. It says your camera's off.
Say hi from the top.
Hi, Charlie. Are you still there?
I'm here. You there? Here's Uncle Joey.
Hey, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Charlie, baby.
He doesn't want me to sing us. He wants to talk to somebody.
Okay, well, I have 2 Dear Bops to get through. I'm just gonna. Hi, Charlie. Aw.
Say I'm too busy with Dear Bop. Say I'm too busy with Dear Bop.
Just let me finish the Dear Bops, Charlie. I'll be right back. It's not. Is it buffering? No, people are saying hello to you. The Random Menace is bird of prey. Wiener literally means from Vienna. So there's Vienna sausage. So I understand the confusion. But schnitzels are simply a delight. Yeah, apparently I thought a Wiener Schnitzel was like a hot dog. Apparently it's like a cutlet. Yeah.
Fried sausage.
Yeah.
Wiener Schnitzel means which meat is wiener.
Veal. Hi, Charlie. Dear Bob, which is worse design in your opinion? The USS Cerritos or Anti-Tracker's face?
Just meat.
It is mean, but the truth is Anti-Tracker's face. I'm sorry.
Wow. Bullying, cyberbullying. Aren't there laws?
I'm not cyberbullying. I'm being honest.
Police. Now, there's a law. I have to report you.
Oh, yeah. You want to report me? You know, Anti-Tracker is giving back his dog today.
That's very sad. I think that that is sad.
And he's getting another dog tomorrow.
So, some situation, but
Oh, Sassy's right. Sassy. No, it's okay, Sassy. You're okay. Sassy got upset.
she did. Doesn't make any sense.
Carlos saying, Nephew will pray. Bird will pray is helping people become happier. Better and happier.
Yeah. How to do?
What'd you learn today, Charlie? Ah, you learned to throw things behind the couch. Yeah. Yes, the hardest part to get. That's where we just put everything, yeah.
The viruses we have others, but once mommy's found out that mommy had to move the whole couch. And that was a lot of fun, right? That was fun. Mommy moved the whole couch, watching mommy do that. Yeah, and it made me want to laugh. I was behind the couch. Mommy had to move the whole.
Dear Bop, I went to the ER to have a painful ingrown toenail removed. I was sobbing, gagging, petrified the works, but my doctor knew just how to calm me down. Don't worry about a thing, he said. I just looked up how to perform this operation on YouTube. Well, I hope it worked out. And I sure as hell hope he was not subscribed to the Canuck Medical channel. Because those videos are only performed for medicine performed inside Canuck. No, a lot of these don't go anywhere. Yeah, you close the cameras off. Richie Pools is Bird of Prey. Does Sisso Prey know about Deej's Facebook ban for bullying? No, I didn't tell her. Deej got a Facebook ban for bullying. Well, a temporary ban. I got, I don't know, like a week or something. Okay, take care. Bye. Bye, Charlie. Aww.
The tablet. Listening.
Oh, so you picked up Sam on a different device. Okay. Well, I'm going to end the stream, guys. Thank you all for hanging out with me and whatnot. And okay. Well, the stream. Okay. Goodbye, Sis O'Prey. Bye, Nephew O'Prey. Okay. Anyway, that still doesn't change the fact that we've come to the end of the Dear Bops and just about the end of this stream. Alpacas assemble, says T-Berg. Welcome, T-Berg. T-Berg says, who wants to 3D print me something? Carlos says, Zoidberg is the best doctor we have. T-Berg says, I want Vader meets Predator helmet with Klingon forehead ridges, prescription lenses, and oxygen cannula inlet. It's Bird's Halloween costume.
Halloween. Well, what's Charlie going to be?
I don't know what Charlie's going to be for Halloween this year. Mike Richards is Wesley. Salty Tracker is no longer physically able to take care of Auntie. She is being replaced with a Chihuahua. No lie. Yeah. So Auntie apparently refuses to do her business in the house on pads, and also refuses to be let out into a backyard and has to be physically walked on a leash. And since Salty can't do that anymore, they decided it was best. He spoke with the person who had Auntie before him, or the shelter, and they agreed that it was better to take Auntie back than to keep Auntie in a place where she couldn't get the physical exercise and whatnot that she needs. So they are taking Auntie back today, and then tomorrow he picks up a little Chihuahua, which he doesn't have to walk, that apparently will do its business on like little wee pads in the house, which is what Sassy uses. So I get that, but so yeah, we don't know the name yet of the new dog. Some names had been thrown out, but it's still open. But Auntie is leaving. He might already be gone. So yeah, poor Auntie. We hardly knew her.
His name before he changed.
I don't know what her name was before Auntie. Something similar. John DeMarco says, have a good evening. JP's is only 1 week ban. I don't know. I don't know how long the ban was. Have a good evening, Qapla. Carlos has praised the Super Jedi Bill. Enjoy a good brew of Captain Trek. And as always, hail Karoga. T-Berg says, bye, Charlie. Indy Tiger, goodbye, all. LDG says, Auntie is free. Well, I don't know about free, but not with Anti-Trekker. T-Berg says, Bird of Prey, you will have to send Salty a Paris Hilton knockoff purse to carry the Chihuahua in. And Carlos says, Bird of Prey is Auntie coming to Karoga, the land of plenty. I wish, Carlo. If I was walking, I certainly would have taken Auntie. But unfortunately, we are in even a worse position to take Auntie than Anti-Trekker. Words and pictures as in 40 minutes, I'll be in your tomorrow. Very cool. Mike Richards is farewell from Columbus, Ohio. Farewell, Mike Richards. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. Thanks for the Dear Bops, the ones, you know the ones. And thank you all for the donations, the super chats. Thank you for the channel members. Remember, next Tuesday at 4 p.m. will be a members only stream, followed up at 5 p.m. by a general stream. And tomorrow, Saturday, at 3 p.m. Eastern, will be a special Cinema Sad Day, True Lies, for Jedi Bill's birthday. True Lies starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and a Harrier jet. Hope to see you guys there. Qapla all, Bird out. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.birdoprey5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Dear Bop, affiliate links, and all your Birdo Prey 5 needs. At the main Birdo Prey 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live streams and unlisted videos, YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, Birdo Prey 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. Remember, I stream almost every day. This is Birdo Prey 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Karoga.